is actually a small piece of the universe, right? Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? Now,
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
$7 million for reef fish management. $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it, and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick, because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
What rules, you sons of bitches? What rules, you sons of bitches? Bitches. What rules, you sons of bitches?
Dumb as a shit fuck, cringe tour, etc., etc.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were...
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the bowl and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic showcase of an episode. This is the Above It All live show experience. This is the experimental, experiential Above It All. This is the show you watch in the mornings, sometimes the afternoons. We got a show going on, and I would like to announce to everybody real quick, this is breaking news. I'm not sure how many of y'all knew this, but it is, in fact, once again, somehow we find ourselves in this position, again and again and again. But once again, folks, it is the weekend. Yeah! So we got a show going on here. Today I got a program lined up. I'm going to be talking about things and stuff. We're going to be talking about some stuff. We're going to be talking about some things. Things and stuff. Today? So, first of all, you may notice what's going on here. That's right, I've been injured. Everybody, I've been injured. Yep, Shinzo Abe got killed. I don't know too much about him, to be honest, so I'm not going to cover it. I'm sure that there's going to be someone else that's going to cover it, but he did get killed. But I also survived an assassination attempt. I was mowing the lawn yesterday, and, I made a mistake. Now you might be thinking, uh-oh, lawnmower, right? Large bandage. I made a mistake. I was turning a corner, forgetting that there was a rose bush. I was turning a corner, sharp shift, and my entire right hand went into a rose bush. I got fucked up and started bleeding all over the place. There was blood in the atmosphere. And honestly, I've barely survived, to be honest with y'all. So there you go. I'm injured. I'm surviving. I'm alive somehow. This discoloration, by the way, this one, still there. I don't know what that's about. I got like 5 or 6 slashes. There's blood everywhere. How many stitches? 0. I don't have health insurance, motherfucker. Don't you know this? Though, hopefully, I'm not sure. I have no idea how Medicaid works. But anyway, gonna be a cool scar. I hope not. I hope not. I don't want to get scars. Anyway. You're gonna turn this place into the home of classic rock and roll. I'm here for it. I gotta sneeze. I don't have anything to sneeze into. Okay, I'm good. Alright. So we're going to be doing a show today. Am I going to auction the bandage? First of all, this is not a Band-Aid. Band-Aid is a brand name. I don't believe in brand names. Get the brand names out of your head. This is a bandage. This is an adhesive bandage. This is not a Band-Aid. First of all, it's literally not a Band-Aid. I'm pretty sure. I think it's like store brand. But also, again, equivocating items with brands is corporations making military bases in your brain. Kill them, destroy the bases, get rid of that shit. This is an adhesive bandage, not a Band-Aid. A Band-Aid is a brand name. Fuck Band-Aids. All my homies hate Band-Aids. Did I finish the lawn? No, I did not. But, you know, takes multiple goes. I have an electric mower. So, you know, the batteries, they don't last that long. So it usually takes me like 3 days. But anyway, yesterday was day 1. And so Kleenex, I'm going to be honest, anyone that calls tissues Kleenex, like that is some, like...
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I'm going to be honest, like Band-Aid, I think is more ubiquitous than Kleenex. But first of all, right, like, who the fuck's going around buying tissues, first of all? I grew up poor. I never bought tissues. Never. The only tissue I bought was fucking toilet paper. If I needed to blow my nose, I would blow my nose like somewhere on my hand and then go wash it off, most cases. But if I was in the bathroom and I had to blow my nose, I'd use fucking toilet paper. Who the fuck has the money to buy tissues? What the fuck is with you rich motherfuckers? Oh, God. And then not only are you motherfuckers buying tissues, but you're buying Kleenex brand, the most expensive fucking shit? Jesus. Personally, I like mowing the lawn over the course of 3 days. It's more exercise. It's that upper body and lower body workout. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Genericize all brands now. I disagree, depleted uranium cowboy. We disagree here. Go outside, cover on, nostril, and blast. That is a sentence. Anyway, let's talk about some news. Got a new show here. Travel tissue. I mean, I steal the little tissues that they throw in hotels if I'm ever in one. Emphasis on ho. I just do what, like, it takes me about three runs. I divide the lawn into 3 sections. You're a law student? No wonder you're against assassinating former prime ministers. Makes sense to me. This motherfucker's a law student. Oh, everybody part the goddamn ocean. The law student is here to tell us what is what. Oh, everybody, please listen to the fucking almighty law student. Oh my God. Oh, everybody, let's let the law student fucking educate our stupid fucking high school dropout asses. Emphasis on ass. Anyway, we got a show going on today, and I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give this show a shot. Lawmakers push for universal chargers for smartphones, mobile devices. So there was like a bizarre thing going on like twitter.com. All the libertarians and tech bros and other like adjacent morons were like pissed the fuck off, and like I think Elizabeth Warren, who tweeted this out initially, got like ratioed for a little bit of time by the libertarian tech bro loser like wannabe like intelligent people. A trio of U.S. senators is urging support for a universal charging standard for smartphones and mobile devices after the European Union recently agreed on new rules. In a letter sent Thursday to Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo, Senators Edward J. Mackey and Elizabeth Warren and Bernard Sander press for a plan to tackle the lack of a universal charger, which they say creates a financial burden for consumers and creates more electronic waste. Now, first of all, I want to say this. I'm gonna carve out an exception because I'm a reasonable person. Anybody that buys. Now, if someone gives you their old phone, okay. If you like, are able to get one, it's like, super cheap or something, like you're, whatever. But if you buy an Apple product, you are like, I hate to say this, I really do, but
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
If you buy an Apple product, if you give your money to the Apple Corporation, you are an idiot. If you buy a MacBook, if you buy any Apple products, you are a fucking moron. I think you're stupid. Now, again, I know a lot of people, they will get like, like they're going to college or whatever, and like, there's some deal or some special or whatever, and they get themselves an Apple laptop. I'm not talking to you, okay? Your fucking older brother is getting a new phone, and they're a fucking moron, but they're giving you their old phone. That's whatever. But if you buy an Apple product, especially at full price. Now again, this is the group of people that, again, and I say this with all sincerity, and again, I'm not it's getting rougher and rougher for me to square this off with cognitive dissonance in my brain every day. But I am against the death penalty. I am. And I still am. And I probably always will be. But there's every once in a while you interact with a certain type of person that really that makes you think about things. And to me, people that buy Apple products, they really they send me into like a thought spiral where I'm wondering, like, am I really against the death penalty? Like, you know, because either you're in favor of the death penalty or you're not, right? You know, there's no, like, you can't make an exception, right? So it's like, I think I'm pretty sure that I'm still against the death penalty. But when I think about people that buy Apple products, especially at full price, it does cause a big conundrum in my brain. But anyway, let's keep going with this. We cannot allow the consumer electronics industry to prioritize proprietary and inevitably obsolete charging technology over consumer protection and environmental health, reads an excerpt from the letter. The senators did not specify the type of charging standard commerce officials should consider as part of the plan. Lawmakers cite money spent by consumers on various chargers for different products and waste created when obsolete chargers are tossed out as reasons for pushing to a universal standard. Last week, the EU agreed to rules which will take effect by fall 2024. That's so long from now. Which would allow consumers to only use a USB Type-C cable to recharge small and medium-sized portable electronics. The rules cover smartphones, tablets, earbuds, headphones, and portable speakers. More devices have shifted to USB-C to recharge, but one of the most popular portable devices, the iPhone, still uses Apple-exclusive Lightning connector. What if we call our connector the Lightning connector? Woo! It's like the goddamn Bitcoin Lightning Network. Woo! Like, what the fuck? Oh, let's just call our shit Lightning. That's cool, right? The standard is also used on iPads and AirPods. So I 100% support this. Anyone that buys Apple products is an idiot. First of all, let's be honest. When it comes to phones, Android is better. Let's just be honest. Let's be real. When it comes to computers, Windows and Linux are much better than whatever Apple OS it is. Let's just be honest. Let's be real. Let's be real. So Apple, more expensive, worse quality, worse software, worse hardware, more expensive, right? Apple products, typically you cannot modify them in the same way that you can modify Android or Windows or Linux products, right? So I'm just saying, right, like, Apple is a garbage corporation. iTunes, trash. Any one of their literally anything related to Apple, in my opinion, is garbage. I cannot think of a single Apple product that needs to exist. Like, there's this meme out there. I don't know if this is still a meme, but, like, people have this meme, like, that's existed for a while where they think that, like, Apple computers are better for, like, video editing or something. I'm not sure if that's ever been true, but I can guarantee you it's not true anymore if it was ever true, right? And then there's this, like, meme where it's like, oh, like, you ever, like, meet someone and, like, you want to, like, you give them, or, like, you try to trade numbers or something, and then, like, they say, oh, I tried texting you, but you didn't text me back. And then they, like, apparently they're texting you on some, like, Apple Messenger app. You ever meet these motherfuckers? Like, seriously, like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, like, my God, right? You ever meet this fucking shit? Like, I don't know, man. I really, like, Apple products are garbage. Like, again, if you're just, you just got an iPhone, someone gave it to you, you got it really cheap or whatever, that's fine. Right? Like, that's fine. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the motherfuckers that buy Apple products. Like, they go out of their way. Like, let's say Android and Apple, even if they're the same price, and they go out of their way to buy the Apple product, right? People that buy Apple products, like, they line up outside the Apple stores. I don't know if people still do that. But, like, those people, Jesus fucking Christ, right? If you're buying, like, an iPhone for, like, $699, like, again... And I
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
This is the shit that keeps capitalism rolling, are the stupid fucking Apple people. What's worse? People that buy Apple products or people that believe in God? Now that's a fucking conundrum. Anyway. Fuck Apple. The only good apple are the fucking fruits, let me tell you. I love apples. I've been eating a lot of apples lately. I'm trying to make a fucking joke, Bob. Jesus Christ, you're ruining my goddamn punchlines? Yeah, if you're on the Apple train, get the fuck out while you still can. That's my opinion. Tyler Hackner's like, I love Apple. They make such good products, and I endorse their phones. I actually have 2 iPhones. I love Apple. That's Tyler right now. This motherfucker. Oh. When I was 7 years old, I begged Santa Claus for an Apple iPhone. Everybody is Tyler. I don't know why I'm giving you like the nerd voice, but that's just how I view all Apple people. Not the corporation, but the fruit. Alright, I'm in. You know, like iPhones, every time your iPhone gets a mandatory update, it will literally, like, degrade. It will make the software bloated on purpose so that the hardware cannot keep up. Like the software will make it so that the phone slows down on everything on purpose to incentivize you to buy a new one. Like, even though, like, it's unnecessary, they will just slow the phone. Like, this was like a report that came out a couple of years ago. I don't remember, but I don't remember when it came out. Shit's insane. God, Americans especially, but people are fucking stupid. People are fucking stupid. My phone is slowed down. I need to buy a new one for $699. Oh. Stupid motherfuckers. Anyway, speaking of stupid motherfuckers. You can't afford to not use Apple. I don't even know what that means. Like, Apple is more expensive, worse quality, worse everything. I don't really, what does it mean you can't afford? Like, again, if you get the phone for like a reduced cost or someone gives it to you, that's fine. It's all good. But like, you can't afford to not, as if like Apple is like Apple is the cheap brand. Like, Apple is like the blue collar brand, right? For the people that are like, you know, working at the fucking Wendy's and shit. Like, what? Now, again, if you get it for a reduced cost, someone in your family like hands it down to you, that's fine. But Pat from SNL. I don't watch SNL. Anyway, speaking of dumb shit for brains morons. So Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, he's been in the news a lot lately. I think what he is doing is he is getting ready to replace Joe Biden if Joe Biden decides not to run. I hope, honestly, you know what? I'm going to say this right here. I don't know much about Gavin Newsom. I know enough not to really like him. But I will say this. If Gavin Newsom runs against Joe Biden, I don't care what the fuck he's ever done in his entire political career. That will be the best thing he's ever done. Full stop. Okay, so I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, so I haven't really covered much of this Gavin Newsom stuff. He's like making ads against Ron DeSantis. There's like a fucking like, he perceives there to be like a shadow 24 race or something. I don't know. He's been doing a couple other things. But I saw this article. And again, the reason why I wanted to talk about this one is because this is like, if this is the best Republicans have against Gavin Newsom, I'm just saying, this is my boy. Like as far as 2024 is concerned, like if Gavin Newsom runs against Joe Biden, oh baby, could you imagine? Right? But even if he is gearing up for 2028 or whatever, like, okay, so I want to read to you this headline, and I want you to try to not laugh. Okay, this is going to be the goal, right? Okay. Newsom loves to bash red states. He's now vacationing in one. The California governor goes out of his way to knock Republican-led states. Now he's catching heat for traveling to Montana. I need... What the fuck does any of this mean? Like, I'm serious. It's the United States of America. Right? Like, we live in a country where we have family all across the country. We live in a country where there's, like, tourist attractions in every state in the country. This is like when people made those articles of, like, AOC goes to Florida. And? Right? Like, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is, like, seriously, if this is the best that they got, if Gavin Newsom is going to be attacked and the only thing that they can attack him on from the right is that he's going to Montana to, like, fucking ride a horse or something. Jesus. Like, wow. All right, so I want to see how much I can get into this. California Governor Gavin Newsom is learning the perils of being a blue state warrior. No, he's not. Like, first of all, no, he's not. No, like, no one, he is not catching heat. Let's just dispel these fan fictions. 1, he is not catching heat. 2, he is not learning the perils of being anything. 3, nobody cares that he's going to fucking visit someone in Montana. No one gives a shit. No one cares. There are approximately negative 69 people on planet Earth that give a flying fuck. And yet, Politico, this is a big story. All right, let's keep going. The Democratic governor in recent weeks has been on the forefront of national political battles, pitting California against red state rivals, going so far as to buy ad time in Florida to bash Republican policies in the Sunshine State. But a recent family vacation to Montana, one of the 22 states where California prohibits state-funded travel, has put Newsom on the hot seat. No, it hasn't. This is entirely made up by whatever deranged psychopath wrote this fucking garbage. With Republicans and conservative pundits accusing the governor of hypocrisy and double standards. Like, again, I'm not gonna lie, man. This is the dumbest fucking shit in the world. This is the dumbest fucking shit in the world. The governor left town last week as state lawmakers scattered for a month-long summer recess, but unlike previous trips, didn't at first announce his whereabouts. News of the governor's travel to Montana, first reported by Cal Matters, immediately sparked backlash from his critics. Dude, I can't. I really, like, if this is all Republicans can do, I'm in. Let's go Newsom 2024. Like, I'm in. Like, this is, whew. Newsom did not violate any law. even if he traveled with a security detail, according to a California Highway Patrol official. And a Newsom spokesperson said the governor paid for the trip to visit family and noted the ban doesn't apply to personal travel. The vacation presents unfortunate optics for a liberal firebrand. First of all, to call Gavin Newsom a liberal firebrand? I don't know about that. Second of all, it does not present unfortunate optics. It doesn't. I don't know what to tell you. Like, no, this is just, no. The governor has plenty of reason to travel to Montana. His in-laws live there. So, okay, it's not like he's going to he's visiting his in-laws. His first partner, Jennifer Siebel Newsom, were married. The two went as far as to name their eldest daughter Montana. So, he's visiting family in another state. Again, this is incredible. This is incredible stuff. Now, again, like, why? Like, you might be thinking to yourself, right? No one cares. Why am I reading this? Why am I watching some bitch like talk about this article? The answer is mostly because this is funny, but second of all, because, like, again, if this is all Republicans have to offer against Gavin Newsom, wow. Wow. I mean, like, we are in good shape. If Gavin Newsom goes up against Biden, we are in good fucking shape. At issue is a state law signed in 2016 by former Governor Jerry Brown, which prohibits state-funded travel to states with laws that California deems as discriminating based on sexual orientation or gender. Today, that list includes 22 states with combined population of around 135 million people. The California Department of Justice, not the governor's office, determines the list. And? So, they already wrote that this does not violate that state law, which, by the way, that sounds like a good law. A list of states that are fucking stupid? I'm in. I'm into that. A list of states that are fucking racist, homophobic, transphobic? All right. That's a great fucking idea. But again, they already said it doesn't violate the law. So it doesn't... So there's a law that exists that Gavin Newsom did not violate. All right, let's click publish. What? Like... What? Montana landed on it last year after enacting a pair of laws that barred transgender students from joining school teams matching their gender identities and allowed businesses to... So, again, Montana's government is comprised of shitfucker transphobes. California is like, fuck that state, fuck that government. But again, they already said Newsom did not violate any law. They already said that. So who cares about the law? Like, again, what the fuck? If this is what fucking Republicans have to offer against Gavin Newsom, I am all in. I am all in. California Attorney General Rob Bonta said in a statement at the time that the Montana measures were among a recent dangerous wave of discriminatory new bills signed into law in several states across the country. That's true. That's factual. What the fuck? I want to move to California now, man. What the fuck? Bonta added 5 states to the prohibited list that day. Florida was another. A spokesperson for the governor's office said Wednesday that the news reporting thus far shows a lack of understanding towards state policy and conflates Newsom's personal vacation with prohibited state-funded travel. Yeah, sounds about right. So, okay, let me get this straight. So this is what the Republicans have to offer? Gavin Newsom is the governor of a state where another governor signed in a law. Gavin Newsom is not even violating that law, and now we have to read about it in Politico? Connecting the two is irresponsible and implies there's something untoward, said Erin Mellon, the governor's communications director, said in an email. Wait, what? So, look at this. Look at this writing. Like, this is amateur hour? Said Erin Malone, the governor's communication director, said in an email. They wrote said 2 times? So not only is this article just on its face fucking stupid. But the people that are writing it are illiterate. They didn't pass fucking 3rd grade. Holy shit. This is a personal trip to visit family who live outside the state. I don't even, like, yes, there you go. When asked if the governor had traveled with a state security detail, Malone said she couldn't comment due to security reasons. Governors in the past have generally traveled with the California Highway Patrol officers acting as bodyguards. The state's travel ban would not apply to state-funded security officers, a CHIP representative said, citing an exception to the law for the protection of public health, welfare, or safety. So why am I reading this? Like, so again, maybe I'll weigh in more on this, like, Gavin Newsom shadow race going on, because I know he's been doing a lot of shit lately. But again, I just want to say, if this is what Republicans are running with, he's visiting family in Montana, wow. I mean, let's go, Gavin. I agree. Holy shit, man. Goddamn Westworld. Reminder, Westworld on Sunday. You gotta catch up, Raw. Goddamn Westworld. Better Call Saul on Monday, motherfuckers. Holy shit. Oh. Folks, I mean, politics really drives me insane. It really does. All right. I want to play this clip from another governor. So, there's a Democratic governor in Kentucky, somehow, right? Who knows how that happened. Andy Beshear. And recently I covered the story where the President of the United States of America, Joseph Robinette Biden II, for whatever reason announced that he was going to be nominating an anti-abortion, not just anti-abortion, but we're talking about a total fucking freak show, to a federal court from Kentucky named Chad Meredith. This is what the Democratic governor of Kentucky has to say about the Democratic President of the United States' decision to nominate, right after Roe v. Wade was overturned, nominate an anti-abortion theocrat. Let's watch.
My team was informed late last week that the president intended to nominate Chad Meredith to the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Kentucky. So my understanding right now is it has not been submitted, which I hope means, in the very least, it's on pause. If the president makes that nomination, it is indefensible. This is an individual who aided and advised on the most egregious abuse of power by a governor in my lifetime. He specifically aided Governor Bevin in pardoning murderers and rapists, including an individual who taped a gang rape of a minor, of an individual who, I guess his family had a fundraiser for the governor. Whether it's connected, got a pardon, and now has been reconvicted of murder by a second jury. And more comes out every day. If you are a lawyer that advised on that and went along with it, you should be disqualified from serving in a role where you would hand out sentences. I mean, these are individuals who were pardoned who are walking free today despite committing terrible, violent crimes. I don't know how the president could say he's for public safety if he makes this nomination, and I don't know how our current attorney general says he's pro-law enforcement, given that he hired and employed this individual after the pardons, including after all the information came out for so long.
So, the reason why I like this clip so much is because, keep in mind, this guy is a Democrat from Kentucky, right? And so instead of talking about the abortion angle, right, instead of highlighting that angle, he's highlighting the law enforcement angle. He's highlighting the law and order angle of corrupt judges and corrupt governors pardoning actual criminals who've committed actually extremely violent crimes, right? And not only that, but he's also throwing Merrick Garland under the bus. Damn. I mean, that is some good shit. Let me tell you, that is good. This is a great clip. So again, Joe Biden apparently made this deal with Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell does nothing, and Joe Biden gives him everything because Joe Biden's a fucking moron. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Like, Donald Trump, pretty bad president, right? But Joe Biden, I mean, as far like Republicans, right? I say rate them separately, but like as far as Democratic presidents go, Joe Biden, man, wow. Joe Biden is so bad. It blows my fucking mind. Joe Biden is so fucking horrible. He whatever the best thing to do politically, as in for his own popularity, right? Whatever the best thing to do politically, he does the exact opposite every fucking time. The guy's on drugs. He's insane. He's a fucking lunatic. And he wants to run in 2024? Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. My opinion, I think Joe Biden is garbage. And I'm going to be getting into the show a little bit more about how bad Joe Biden is. I'm going to be playing some clips from other people that are talking about how bad Joe Biden is. But in my opinion, if no one in the Democratic Party has the goddamn balls to step up to this fucking loser goofball who's driving the fucking party off a cliff, then it is a sad state of affairs. It is a sad state of affairs. If there is not a single Democrat in the entire country who's willing to stand up to this fucking moron, and the moron in question is Joe Biden. And again, I hate to say I told you so. I really do. I really do. But I fucking told you so. I, as a Bernie supporter in the primary in 2020, I remember knocking on doors, canvassing for Bernie Sanders in the primary, and having people tell me to my face that Joe Biden is going to be able to get things done. Oh, really? Oh, really? And these same motherfuckers are like, oh, but what about Congress? He doesn't have Congress. But Joe Biden, not only, I don't care if he has Congress or not, he isn't even doing what he can in the executive. The executive branch has so much power, unchecked power, it's ridiculous. And Joe Biden isn't doing anything. Joe Biden campaigned on decriminalizing cannabis nationwide. He can do that with the stroke of a pen. He hasn't. That's just one example. I'm going to be getting into the post-Roe v. Wade stuff a little bit later in this program. But again, Joe Biden is garbage. I remember people shoving doors in my face during the 2020 primary. Oh, Bernie can't do anything. Joe Biden can get things done. Really? 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 I would love to go and interview these people and see how they feel. Dumb motherfuckers. Dumb motherfuckers. Dumb shit for brains motherfuckers. Now, again, I want to say, if you don't pay attention to politics and you don't really know much about what's going on, that's fine. But I have to say, there is something pretty incredible about the ability for an American to talk so confidently about things where they know nothing about the actual subject. For someone to say Biden can get things done requires no understanding of history, no knowledge of Joe Biden's personality, no knowledge of how Congress or government works, no knowledge of the executive branch's power, right? And yet, they can so confidently say something that's just not true. And this is why I hate to bring in the God thing again, but I'm on a rampage lately. When you have a country where 81% of people in this country believe in God. They're able to just believe in fairy tales and magical thinking. They're able to just say facts don't matter and I believe in this magical invisible sky wizard. When they're able to do that, and they can do it so confidently, I mean, that shit has consequences all across society. All across society. When you are able to look facts square in the eye and say, I don't give a fuck about you. I want to believe in the sky wizard. Oh, I don't care about Joe Biden's personality, history, what the government's capable of doing, the Constitution of Congress, the Constitution of the United States for that matter. I like Joe Biden. He's a good guy. He'll get things done. It's magical thinking. It's magical thinking. And I'm glad that the governor of Kentucky is taking this moment to shit on Joe Biden. I think every Democrat in this country needs to drop Joe Biden. Drop him. I think people in Joe Biden's cabinet should resign. I think people in Joe Biden's White House should resign. I think the Democratic Party should drop Joe Biden. That's what I think. I want Joe Biden to be suffering. I want him to cry, and I want him to recognize that he will go down in history as one of the worst presidents we've ever had. And until we get these fucking yes men around him to finally grow a fucking spine, he won't do that. Joe Biden needs to know, you either do things and gain our respect, or you don't, and we fucking throw you to the wind. Fuck that motherfucker. 71% of the country in a recent poll said that they don't even want him to run again. And yet the Democratic Party is afraid to go up against him. I hope to God that as soon as the midterms are over, Democrats start piling into a primary. Because if we don't, and Joe Biden's the guy to go up against whoever the fuck in 2024, we're fucked. Anyway, so this is a good clip. I just wanted to play that. Who specifically should resign? I would say everyone should resign. Resign or just like publicly bash the shit out of them. Education secretary, commerce secretary, transportation secretary. Kamala Harris should go out there and say, she should go out there and fucking go, like, they should just throw Joe Biden under the bus. That's my opinion. All right, we got some pretty interesting polls here. Only 11% of Americans say they have a great deal of confidence in TV news. Poll. Now, this poll goes into a lot more than just TV news. Let's read. Only 11% of Americans expressed a great deal of confidence in TV news, according to an annual Gallup survey released on Tuesday. In a recent poll of Americans' confidence in 16 major nationwide institutions, Gallup spoke to Democrats, Independents, and Republicans. Respondents asked, please tell me how much confidence you yourself have in each one. A great deal, quite a lot, some, or very little. So I just want to scroll down to the results here. 2021 on the left, 2022 on the right. So the most trusted quote-unquote institution is small businesses. Now, first of all, small business is not an institution. It's not. There's no... The institution of small business doesn't exist, okay? That being said, 70% to 68%. I mean, I don't know why people's trust in small businesses would go down. But that's the most trusted anything in this country are small businesses. Okay. But again, the rest of this list, I mean, there's a lot going on. for the rest of this list. Now, again, I want to underscore this. I want to foreground this whole segment by saying Americans are fucking stupid. Americans, apparently only 11% of Americans have trust in the media. And yet, Americans are so easily manipulated by the media that everything other than that in this list lines up almost whole cloth with what the media wants them to believe. So I want to be very clear. The military and the police are the most trusted. Now, again, small business is not an institution, right? I don't know why that's on the list. The military and the police are the most trusted institutions in this country. What? So again, Americans are so fucking stupid. Now again, I hate to say this, but it's the truth.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Two of the institutions and industries that get the most unchecked praise, and if you even criticize them at all, you will be blacklisted from television networks, are the military and the police. So Americans simultaneously say, we hate TV news, and yet they have all the same opinions that TV news wants them to have. Isn't that interesting? It's the duality of dumb fucks in America. That's what this is. It's the duality of the dumb fuck in this stupid fucking country. Like, they can, I literally cannot get over it. TV news is, I can't trust them. But yeah, by the way, I have all their same opinions on everything that actually matters. What? Now, I just want to say, anyone that trusts the military, you trust the United States military? After Iraq and Afghanistan, you look at the military and go like, yeah, I trust what the military leaders had to offer. After the Uvalde shooting and police response, after the Roe v. Wade protesting and police response, after 2020, for God's sake, Americans are still like, I trust police. Now, again, it's interesting, less than half the country trusts police. I view that as a small win. But what? Now, the third institution, again, small businesses is not an institution. I don't know why it's on the list. But the third institution is the medical system. Now, this one, I don't really know what that means. Like, does the medical system mean, like, health insurance companies? Does the health insurance system mean, like, nurses and doctors? Or does the medical system mean nurses and doctors? I don't know. It's very vague. It's very unspecific. So 38% of people trust the medical system. Again, given how vague that is, I'd say no, I do not trust the medical system. If you were to put it into two categories, do I trust doctors and nurses versus do I trust health insurance companies? That would be a little bit easier to square away. So I'm just going to say I don't really know what that means. The church or organized religion. Now again, this is interesting because in a country where 81% of people believe in God, 31% of people believe in organized religion or trust churches or organized religions. Now, the reason why that is so dangerous, in my opinion, now again, I think it's better than trusting organized religion and organized churches and also believing in God, right? But there's this like specific brand of like these God people, these stupid motherfuckers that suspend all logic and reason to believe in the magical sky daddy, right? Where for whatever reason, like when you don't believe in the church or the organized religion or whatever, but you still believe in God, that, in my view, is even fucking dumber, even fucking dumber than going to church. Because if you're going to church and you're outsourcing all your opinions to whatever the fucking guy in the front of the room is saying, that makes a lot more sense than, oh, I believe that guy might be corrupt, but I believe in God anyway. Now, again, it's the same kind of person that's like, I think TV news is untrustworthy, yet I have all the same opinions that TV news wants me to have. Dumb shit for brains motherfuckers. And again, it's that weird middle ground. It's that, like, they have so much confidence in things that they have little information on, and it's not their actual opinion. It's that same kind of delta that's just, it's, again, 64% of people believe they trust the military, and 45% of people trust the police, and yet 11% of people trust television news. What are the two main institutions of television news? All networks on television defend to the death. Military and police, right? I'm just saying, it's fucking stupid. Public schools, 32% to 28%. 28% of people trust public schools. That's crazy. Now, again, it's the same thing with the medical system. Teachers versus, like, school boards and these fucking ridiculous laws that states like Texas and Florida are passing to make it so that, like, oh, you can't teach kids about slavery. Oh, you can't have a gay teacher. Right? So if you ask me if I trust public schools, I'm going to say no. Now, do I think some teachers individually really want to change things and make a positive impact in people's lives? Absolutely. But if you ask me, do I trust public schooling as an institution? I would say no. Organized labor, 28%. Now, if you note the deltas, everything has gone down from 2021 to 2022 except for organized labor. That being said, only 28% of the country believes in supports organized labor. That's... And again, I don't trust TV news, but I have all the same opinions that they want me to have. It's another thing. How the fuck are you going to say TV news is manipulating people, and then you're going to say, oh, I don't trust those unions? What? Large technology companies, 26%. The U.S. Supreme Court has dropped 11 points, 25%. Now, that's probably all, like, just Christian theocrats that support the U.S. Supreme Court. The presidency is the starkest drop, 15-point drop. The institution of the presidency is radically decreasing in support. That's insane. Joe Biden is such a horrible president. Joe Biden ran on uniting America, and he united America, all right, into everybody hates Joe Biden. Right-wingers hate Joe Biden because they're fucking crazy. Left-wingers hate Joe Biden because Joe Biden's a garbage president. Even some liberals hate Joe Biden. Everyone and their mother hates fucking Joe Biden. Newspapers, 16%. Now, again, that's another thing, newspapers. Like, if we're talking about the New York Times or something, you know what? Okay. I'm very skeptical of stuff like the New York Times, Washington Post. But I don't think it's fair to lump in all newspapers. Again, it's like the medical system or like with public schools, right? I don't think it's fair to lump in teachers and school boards in the same category. I don't think it's fair to lump in doctors and health insurance scammers in the same category. That one I wish had more specificity. Criminal justice system, 14%. Now, again, this is another thing that's insane to me. I'm going to turn my AC on real quick. Okay. So 14% of the country supports the criminal justice system, and yet 45% of the country supports police. Now, again, Americans.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
What? Policing and the criminal justice system are so inextricably linked. And then also, the Supreme Court and the criminal justice system are so inextricably linked. How the fuck can you say stupid ass shit like, I support the cops, but I don't support the criminal justice system? What? What? I support the Supreme Court, but I hate that criminal justice system. What? Big business, 14%. That's way too high in my opinion, but, you know, I'll take that one. I agree with the majority on that one. Television news, 11%. Congress has a 7% rating of confidence. 7% of Americans are confident in the institution of Congress. Again, I gotta tell y'all, this country is over. It's done. I am 26 years old. Assuming I don't get assassinated or die in some stupid fucking accident, I think I will outlive this iteration of the United States of America. I think either this country will stop existing, I think it will balkanize, I think there will be some revolution or a second reconstruction. I personally have no faith whatsoever that by the time I am 90 years old, that this version of the United States, I don't think it will exist anymore. I think it might break off into several countries, right? I think it's possible that there's another giant reformation project, like a second reconstruction. I think that's possible. But this iteration of the United States of America, as it is right now, I also think it's possible it will become a fascist theocracy. That's also possible. I am 26 years old. I have a 0% faith that this country will last in this way, in this form throughout my lifetime. There's no way. There's no way. But again, what's more important here is that sometimes Americans have good, instincts. Sometimes, again, Americans hate Congress. Americans hate TV news. But they really need to think more, because if you hate TV news and you like the military, the police, or God, or organized religion, I mean, you're dumb. Right? Again, you're just dumb. And anyone that thinks that, in my opinion, I trust Congress more than I trust police. And that's the other thing I want to talk about. Congress is theoretically accountable to the will of the people. Cops are not. Cops will fucking kill you, kill your brother, kill your mother, and 98% of the time, they won't even face charges. So, Congress, at least theoretically, and again, the problem is that they aren't, but at least theoretically, they're accountable. Cops in no way, shape, or form are accountable. So again, anyone that's out there like, I hate Congress, I think they should, and yet they support the police, again, dumb fuck, motherfucker. The duality of the dumb fuck is the condition of the American person. The people that live in this country fucking suck. They're dumb motherfuckers. They're dumb motherfuckers. I need you to get this through your fucking skull. I hate America, and I hate, most importantly, Americans. Americans are fucking stupid. The most confidently uninformed, ignorant pieces of fucking dog shit garbage on planet fucking Earth are these fucking stupid ass motherfuckers that walk around and call themselves Americans. I fucking swear to God, and I don't care how unpopular that fucking makes me. I know that that's gonna trigger fucking 95% of this fucking country. The same 95%, by the way, that doesn't know how to fucking cook or eat vegetables, by the way. 95% of Americans don't know how to eat fiber. What is fiber? Fiber is in vegetables, motherfucker. 95% of Americans can't even fucking eat vegetables. Again, these motherfuckers are insane! They're crazy! They're fucking crazy! And again, the problem with fucking Americans is their fucking confidence. They are so confident that they know what's going on. They can see through the lies. And yet they still believe in God, 81%. What the fuck? 45% have a great deal of confidence in the police. Are you fucking joking? Jesus fucking Christ. This country is garbage. This country is fucking garbage. Oh, it's so bad. I'm gonna play this video. This is a terrifying video, writes Guthrie-GF on Twitter. Not only did Judge Deborah K. Halford allow a Mississippi abortion trigger ban to go into effect today, she began the hearing with a Christian minister praying. Let's watch.
In accordance with Judge Alford's stand.
Now again, I apologize that this is not in both of your ears if you're wearing headphones, but it's not my clip, okay? It's probably just because of these stupid fucking goddamn motherfuckers in this courtroom that don't know how to record audio. But I want you to listen to this. Listen to this and think to yourself, we live in a country where there's no establishment of religion. We live in a country where there's a separation between church and state. Think about these things, watch this video, and keep in mind what they're doing is they're stripping the rights of half the state's population, are becoming second-class motherfucking citizens as this is happening.
In practice, those of you who wish, you're invited to join us for a moment of prayer and reflection brought by Reverend Calvin Cosnahan, serving as a special chaplain for today's session. All others are requested to remain silent and respectful of the court decorum during this time.
Lord, we pray for the presence of your Holy Spirit in this courtroom today. We lay before you our passions, emotions, and anxieties concerning the issues involved in this case. We seek your truth, not our own. We seek your wisdom, not our own. Bless and inspire Judge Halford in her deliberations and judgments here today. Bless and inspire all those who address this honorable court to do so with a sense of your presence and your will for them today. Enlighten our minds, strengthen our spirit, and fill our hearts with love, wisdom, and understanding. Lastly, Lord, we pray that you grant that the cause of truth, justice, and humanity shall in no wise suffer in the proceedings today. We thank you, Lord, in advance for all that you're going to do in our midst. Amen.
Be seated. No entry or exit from the courtroom will be allowed while...
Motherfucker. This is what happens when 81% of this country believes in God. 81% of this country believes in God. 81% of this country is like, God exists. This is what happens. What is the delta of these stupid shit for brains cocksucker motherfucker Americans that believe in God but are against this? They see this and they go like, oh no. Because those are the real dumb motherfuckers. Half of Mississippi, half of their population just became second-class citizens. They don't even own their own body? Could you imagine not owning your own body? Now, this country has a long history of trying to claim ownership over other people's bodies, but that's what half of Mississippi's population are now dealing with. They don't own their own body now. But again, I want to be very clear. The Christian fascists, the theocrats that want to control everyone, their ideology is consistent and coherent. They use religion as a mechanism of control. They use religion as a way to establish hierarchy. It makes sense. But I want to direct my ire and anger to those of the other, whatever percentage it is. 81% of this country believes in God. And yet, 80% of this country supports Roe v. Wade? How is that fucking possible? How is that fucking possible? Tell me. Oh, you believe in God, but not this version of God? What? So whose version of God is correct? Oh, you believe in God? He's all-powerful. He's magical. He's looking after you. And yet, you just lost your right to your own body. You believe in God? And yet, what is God doing? Like, again, and I know this turns people off, and I don't give a fuck. Frankly, I don't give a fuck if they, oh, I'm so offended. If you are more offended by what I am saying than what people are doing in the name of your stupid fucking God, then you need to go to therapy, motherfucker. The fact that 81% of this country believes in God is what allows this shit to happen. If only 20% of this country believed in the stupid fairy tale bullshit, this would be way less likely to succeed in this country. That's just how it is. That's just how it fucking is. If only 15% of this country believed in the stupid fucking God to begin with, this shit wouldn't be fucking happening. But because all these people hide in the churches and they sing along and pretend to be the same kind of God people that the rest of these stupid fucking God people believe in, right? It's insane when 81% of the country is suspending all logic, all reasoning, and just the ability to even debate based on reality, and they just believe in fairy tales and magical thinking. It leads to this fucking shit. It leads to this fucking shit, okay? It leads to this fucking shit. 63% of this country believes in angels. Not only do they believe in God, but they believe in angels. Fairies with wings. Which, by the way, they're human form, but they have wings. That doesn't make any fucking sense. How the fuck are they flying? Unless they have, like, a levitation power, in which case, why the fuck do they have the wings? For show? Is it cosmetic? Or did the people who made up this imagery not have any idea what the fuck what they were talking about? They probably just picked the fucking mushroom off the fucking forest ground and then drew a fucking picture based on the shit that they were seeing? Right? Again, what the fuck? 63% of this country believes in angels? Are you joking? No, you're not joking. This is the United States of motherfucking America. We live in a Christian theocracy. We don't live in a democracy. It's arguable if we've ever lived in a democracy. But at this point in time, it's safe to say we live in a Christian theocracy. Plain and fucking simple. This country sucks. And more importantly, the people in this country that allow this shit to happen and that fucking baby these people. Oh yes, we believe in God too. It's okay, baby. We all believe in God. Fuck your God. Fuck you. Look at yourself in the mirror. This is the reality that you are allowing other people to believe in. And this is why, in my opinion, I think atheism is the correct moral position. But more importantly, I think anti-theism is the only actually ethically correct way to go about things. Just saying, yeah, I don't believe in God, and then just being quiet in your little corner. I'm sorry, go fuck yourself. People that believe in God need to be stood up to because they are enabling this fucking garbage. This fucking stupid fucking garbage. Plain and goddamn simple. So anyway, congratulations to the 50%-ish of Mississippi's population that became second-class citizens. I hope that when you pray to God, I don't know what will happen. I know what will happen. Nothing. But I hope it makes you feel a little better. Instead of doing anything actually useful, could you imagine if every stupid motherfucker that sits down at their bed and, oh, I pray to God, please make these goddamn. Could you imagine if they actually fucking did something? Organized a protest? Organized a political campaign? Unionize their workplace? Instead, they're just praying that someone else is gonna do something. Oh, I pray to God, please, God! God's not gonna do fucking anything because God is in your head. You got schizophrenia, motherfucker. Go to a doctor. Jesus Christ. I sometimes wonder if I'm going to spend my middle age in some atheist prison. Environmental coffee house, at least you got to live a good life. Fuck. It's over for me. Alright, I'm going to talk more about the courts. Alright, so I have a tweet here from Mark Joseph Stern on Twitter.com, who writes, the Wisconsin Supreme Court decision prohibiting ballot drop boxes includes outrageously irresponsible language questioning the legitimacy of the 2020 election results and drawing comparisons to elections in North Korea and Syria. So for those of you that don't know, Well, first of all, Joe Biden won the 2020 election. Donald Trump was a loser. There were, 60 court cases, and Donald Trump lost all of them? Donald Trump's a loser, okay? Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. But the Wisconsin Supreme Court is basically saying that the only reason Joe Biden won the state of Wisconsin is from cheating? I'm going to read this. If the right to vote is to have any meaning at all, elections must be conducted according to law. Throughout history, tyrants have claimed electoral victory via elections conducted in violation of governing law. For example, Saddam Hussein was reportedly elected in 2002 by a unanimous vote of all eligible voters in Iraq. Examples of such corruption are replete in history. In the 21st century, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was elected in 2014 with 100% of the vote, while his father, Kim Jong-il, previously won 99.9% of the vote. Former president of Cuba, Raul Castro, won 99.4% of the vote in 2008, while Syrian President Bashar al-Assad was elected with 97.6% of the vote in 2007. Now, I want to be very clear. Joe Biden was elected with 53% of the vote? So, how is that even remotely similar? How is that even fucking remotely similar? By contrast, in the Wisconsin elected officials derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. The right to vote presupposes the rule of law governs elections. If elections are conducted outside of the law, the people have not conferred their consent on the government. Such elections are unlawful and the results are illegitimate. The Wisconsin Supreme Court. Now again, Texas's Republican Party convention said that the 2020 election was illegitimate. Now again, I want to be very clear. Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. There was no voter fraud. He lost. And he's a whiny big orange baby. Joe Biden won. But it's one thing the Texas Republican Party saying something on a piece of paper versus, now again, Texas, not really that much of a swing state. Some people think it might be in the future at some point, maybe 10 years, but again, we're not there yet. Wisconsin is a swing state. Wisconsin has been swinging around for a long time, and an official government apparatus of Wisconsin has declared the results of 2020 illegitimate. This is an insurrection. According to the third section of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, right, every judge that ruled in this fashion should be banned from their position. And they should never be allowed to run for any position ever again for the rest of their lives. They are insurrectionists. They are banned. Is anyone going to enforce any part of the 14th Amendment? Probably not. But especially Section 3? No way. The Supreme Court of Wisconsin is literally just coming out and saying, yeah, 60 court cases where Donald Trump lost every single one. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Facts and logic, throw it out the window. What? What? The Wisconsin voters' injury, in fact, is substantially more concrete than the remote injuries we have recognized as sufficient in the past. Friends of the Black River Forest, blah, blah, blah. The record indicates hundreds of ballot drop boxes have been set up in past elections prompted by memos, and thousands of votes have been cast via this unlawful method. Now again, they're saying it's unlawful. What does that mean? They're saying that the results of the previous election in which Joe Biden won are not lawful. They're saying that Joe Biden did not... I need you to understand, this fucking shit is crazy. They don't need to storm the Capitol on January 6, 2025. When they do this shit, they're going to just cheat. Every state is setting it up. Wisconsin is setting up the cheat. Texas setting it up. Florida setting up the cheating. They are, again, the Supreme Court of the United States has said that they're going to take up the independent state legislature theory, which basically means state legislatures, if they're controlled by Republicans, can appoint their own electors. It's over. I want everyone to understand. It's over. There is no more United States. It's done. It's gone. It's bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's over. It's fucking done. Call your mom, call your dad, and say goodbye. It's fucking over. It's done. It's gone. Goodbye, America. Unless Joe Biden does something, unless Democrats run on a bold agenda and win in the midterms big and reform the court system in this country, it's over. The only way out of this is for Democratic leadership to get their fucking shit together now. Not even now, but last year. Get their shit together 2 years ago. That's the only way out. And I guarantee you, that's not going to be happening. This shit is fucking scary. And no one does anything. And no one cares. It's over. Bye-bye. Oh. Oh. Alright. Got another... I want to play a video. It's a long video, but it's got some really good stuff in it. Talking a lot about courts, and we're talking about a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm going to town on this show. I'm ranting and raving like a motherfucker. But I'm going to cease ranting and raving for a little bit and play a pre-recorded video of somebody else ranting and raving. So, I want to play this video. This is from, I guess, a couple days ago. This is on MSNBC. Elie Mystal, whom I really like. In fact, I've been reading their book recently. I highly recommend this book. If you haven't read it, I mean, I can't recommend it enough. It's extremely good. But Elie Mystal went on MSNBC to basically dispel some of these myths that Joe Biden can't do anything. Oh, Joe Biden, he's the president of the United States, but he's just watching everything happen and he can't do anything. So Elie Mystal has basically outlined pretty much everything that Joe Biden could do and has chosen not to. And I want to play this clip because it's really good.
Choosing instead to voice support for privacy rights. And his silence caused Elie Mystal to call out President Biden in his latest column for The Nation. Elie writes, quote, "Some might argue that 12 days is not enough time to develop a fully fleshed out federal response to the revocation of the right to bodily autonomy for half the population. But I'd point out that it has been 65 days since the Supreme Court's draft opinion in Dobbs was leaked to Politico. Perhaps some people wanted to believe that decision wasn't real until it was announced, but the federal government should not be extended the luxury of sticking its head in the sand when it has forewarning of impending doom." Joining me now is Elie Mystal, justice correspondent for The Nation. Elie, you were the guy that we had to have this conversation with, right? Because in your latest piece, you wrote, when their people are under attack, when the public is suffering, when lives and livelihoods are threatened.
I'm playing this on 1.5x. If that's annoying to you, I apologize. But, like, you know, just bear the fuck with me. I don't know what to tell you.
Great presidents find a way to do something to fight back. Forgettable presidents find a way to do nothing. Should Americans have the confidence that we need, that the Biden administration actually and finally has a plan to deal with the Supreme Court's decision in Dobbs?
The fact that they haven't had a plan already is a version of executive malpractice. 657 days ago, Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. And at that point, that was the starting gun. Everybody who was paying attention, me, you, Katie, we all knew on the day that she passed away that this day was coming, that the day that they overturned.
So I'm going to be very clear on this one. This is an important note. So, now again, I say this all the time. Right? Some stupid fucking bitch doing a stupid YouTube show in front of like fucking 6 people online, am somehow more educated than every human being in the White House combined. What? Is that possible? Is that possible? Right? Like, apparently, right? Like, and that's the thing that really, we can't accept that as reality. I refuse to accept that as reality. I know for a fact Joe Biden knows what his options are and that he is choosing against them. You're telling me, stupid dumb bitch, look at me, doing a stupid fucking YouTube show in front of like -3 people is somehow more informed on the entirety of the world and the entire state of affairs than every human being in the White House all put together in the same room? Impossible. Impossible. I refuse to believe that. And so as Elie Mystal is saying here, anybody who knows anything about anything knew that once Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, the stupid fucking bitch should have fucking retired during Obama's presidency, by the way, the stupid fucking bitch. Fuck Ruth Bader Ginsburg. But that's another story. But everybody knew as soon as they fucking shoehorned Amy Coney Barrett. I mean, even you could move back further and say Brett Kavanaugh, but the fact that anyone in the White House and every Democratic lawmaker didn't know anything, they had nothing prepared. What?
Roe v. Wade was coming. That was always part of the plan. And if you don't know, now you know. So for any Democratic presidential administration to come into office 530 odd days ago without a plan to counteract the Supreme Court's clear intention of overturning Roe v. Wade was already a mistake, right? So he's had 2 years almost to figure out what to do, right? Then, as I said in the piece, the Dobbs decision leaked 64 days ago. I also said in the piece that the Texas SB 8, which functionally revoked the right under Roe v. Wade in Texas last September, it's been 300 days since Texas went full Christo-fascist. So the idea that you've only had a couple of weeks to cobble together some kind of federal strategy, I don't accept that. You've had months, you've had years from a certain perspective to put together a federal response to the revocation of women's rights, and we haven't seen that yet.
So, Elie, we can complain, but you and I, let's be solutions-based, right? So let's deliver solutions and bring them to the table. What specific executive actions could the Biden administration take right now to provide some relief on abortion rights?
So this part is also really important. Now, again, I love Elie Mystal. Again, I just want to say, I am currently reading this book. If you have the money to go buy a book, or if you want to pirate it on the internet, whatever, this is a must-read. I'm serious. Like, if you don't know much about the constitutional debacle of how the Supreme Court interacts with our government, you got to read it. I've been learning a lot over the last couple of weeks. But again, it's one thing to complain about the president not doing anything. It's another thing. But again, the thing that's crazy about this is we're supposed to believe in an alternate fucking universe where random person on the television, stupid bitch in her bedroom, that's me, is somehow more informed about how the federal government works than the president of the United States. What? Like, but we're supposed to believe that. Like, Joe Biden wants us to believe that we are all smarter than him. He is the president of the United States, and everyone that works in the White House, the vice president, everyone that works in Congress, who's not calling Joe Biden out every day. There's a couple people like Elizabeth Warren, AOC, Bernie Sanders that are telling Joe Biden and his administration to do anything at all, right? But we're supposed to believe that we are smarter than the entirety, the combination, the sum of every human being that works in the White House or adjacent administration, like, related agencies. What? I refuse to believe that. But if that is the case, if it is the case that some stupid fucking whore in her bedroom is more intelligent and knows more about how the federal government works than the president of the United States, that motherfucker needs to get the fuck out. He needs to resign yesterday. He needs to go the fuck away and never come back. So, I want to play the rest of this clip here again. Elie Mystal is going to point out basically everything Biden can do. He knows he can do it, and he's refusing to do so and lying about it.
First of all, he should be making abortion services available on federal lands. Federal lands are sovereign from state lands. State laws shouldn't apply to federal lands. And we should be having doctors who are willing to do this. And this is going to be a risk for them. But there will be doctors who are willing to do this, who are willing to pay for them out of their own pocket. That kind of gets around the Hyde Amendment, which, by the way, should also be repealed. And you can provide services there. You can provide services at military installations. The Department of Defense has already said that it will still conduct abortion reproductive services for the military. But you could let the military serve civilians.
That's another thing that's crazy to me. The military is like, yeah, we're going to still allow abortion health care. And Joe Biden's going out there and saying, oh, we can't do anything. The federal government can't do anything. The military is like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Joe, but we're going to do some abortions. Watch us. Joe Biden's like, what? Can't do anything. What? I'm Joe Biden. Andrea 2024. I am not too young, depleted uranium cowboy. The Constitution says you need to be 35 years old to run for president, okay? Real quick aside. The Constitution also says if you engage in an insurrection against the United States, you are not allowed to run for president. So if Donald Trump is allowed to run for president, which violates the Constitution, then the Constitution is thrown into the garbage, and therefore I, as a 26-year-old, am also allowed to run for president. It's that simple. So I'd like to announce today, I am announcing my candidacy for the United States presidency in 2024. If it's unconstitutional, so is Donald Trump's run. It's that simple. Anyway, let's back to the video.
On military bases. So those are two very obvious things. 3, abortion drugs, right? There are drugs that are available in some states, FDA approved, that can terminate a pregnancy up to 10 weeks. Those drugs are not easily available. Those drugs are now illegal in some states. Again, at federal institutions, you should be able to go to your post office at this point and pick up your abortion medication, just like you can go to the CVS and pick up some Dayquil. Like that, again, is a thing. Biden can snap his fingers. And people always say, Biden can't snap his fingers. Biden can snap his fingers and make abortion medication available on federal facilities.
To be fair, I think if Joe Biden did snap his fingers, I think all of his fingers would break off. To be fair. But to use the other term, stroke of a pen, I think, well, I know we can have a stroke if he tried to use a pen, but maybe he can have one of his aides write it down for him, okay?
And people always say, Biden can't snap his fingers. Biden can snap his fingers and make abortion medication available on federal facilities right now, right? So those are 3 actions that he can take. Another one, and he's mentioned this, travel, right? Like one of the things that we see red states doing, Christian fundamentalist states doing, is talking about restricting the travel options of people who need to leave state to seek abortion services. Biden said that he will stand with people and their right to travel, but he didn't tell us how. He didn't tell us when. He didn't tell us what policy was going to be in place. From my perspective, the federal government, under the Department of Transportation, should be providing travel vouchers for vacations. I say that every person who is impregnated in this country deserves a free vacation to California on the federal dime. Biden could do that. There was this story that I think lots of people saw about this 10-year-old girl in Ohio who was raped and needed abortion services and couldn't get abortion services in Ohio because of their trigger laws after Dobbs. She and her family had to travel to Indiana, whose trigger laws are coming but didn't attach quite as quickly to receive those services. Why did she have to pay for that out of pocket? Why wasn't the Biden administration funding the travel for that girl and everybody else who needs to leave these Christian fundamentalist states to go to the rest of America where their rights still count? So those are 4 things right off the top that Biden could do within his own executive authority without having to ask permission from President's mansion and cinema.
I just got to say again, I love Elie Mystal, but also at the end, President Mansion and Cinema, goddamn. But again, it's important to know that we need to, in the same way that Donald Trump told, what, like 35,000 lies in office, right? Is there anybody, everyone loves counting all of Donald Trump's lies. Has anyone been counting Joe Biden's lies? Because every time Joe Biden says he is standing with people that need abortion access, gay people, transgender people who are having their rights stripped away in any state, right? Black people who are having their right to vote stripped away. Every time Joe Biden says he is standing with these various communities that are under attack by Republicans, that's a lie. He's lying. Every time Joe Biden says he's doing all that he can, that's a lie. He's lying. So I want to know, I know a lot of people love tracking Donald Trump's lies. Is there anybody tracking Joe Biden's lies? I'm curious. But again, the reason why this clip is such a banger is not only is Elie Mystal saying that Joe Biden's a liar and a son of a bitch, and they've been lying the whole time, but it gets even better. He's going to attack the sanctity, the precious sanctity of the Supreme Court itself. Let's watch.
Didn't realize we had a triumvirate of presidents going on here. You know, Elie, public opinion in the Supreme Court is at an all-time low right now. No big shocker to any of us. Now we're seeing new reporting that a religious leader associated with the Liberty Council, which regularly brings cases before the court, was caught on a hot mic saying that they regularly pray with Supreme Court justices. A legal brief from their group was even cited in the majority decision in the Dobbs case. What? I mean, conflict of interest 101. I mean, open the dictionary. There's the exact example. That would be so obvious if this is true. What, if anything, Elie, can be done to restore confidence in the court? There are crickets from SCOTUS on Clarence Thomas, as well as from Congress. I personally am losing my patience. It's already been...
So I just want to be very clear. I'm going to be honest. I don't know who Katie Fang is. But she asked a pretty decent question. But there's a little presumption that, oh, well, we should want to get to a point where the Supreme Court has like a higher confidence, right? Well, I say fuck that shit. But also, again, Elie Mystal's answer, it's a banger. It's a 10 out of 10.
been worn thin with Ginny Thomas. I'm kind of at my wit's end, Ellie. So what can be done to restore confidence in our Supreme Court?
I'm not sure that we should be trying to restore confidence in this corrupt 6-3 conservative control court, quite frankly. Like, they don't deserve confidence. They are corrupt. They are. And we are living basically at this point, Katie, in a justocracy. I think the technical political science term is crictarchy. I don't really understand what that means. It is we are in a situation where laws passed by Congress or orders given by the president to branches of government that the people are allowed to elect don't matter until the Supreme Court weighs in. Our Supreme Court has become overpowered, and it's become willing to basically execute a veto over the other two branches of government. And I like to point out, nobody gets to elect these 9 judicial wizards who apparently rule over all of us. I don't think that is a good example of a functioning democracy.
I just want to also say, most of the conservative justices on the Supreme Court were appointed by presidents who lost the popular vote and confirmed by a Senate that lost the popular vote. We have a 50-50 Senate right now, Democrat and Republican. 40-ish million more people voted for the Democrats than the Republicans, and it's tied down the middle. So the Senate lost the popular vote, the presidency lost the popular vote, and yet that's what the Supreme Court was all made up by, the people that lost the popular vote every step of the way.
So I don't think that confidence should be restored in the Supreme Court. I think power should be taken from the Supreme Court, and there are various ways to do that. But unlike the first part of our conversation, where I was talking about executive actions that Biden can do with a snap of his fingers and a stroke of his pen, controlling the Supreme Court really does require Congress and requires a larger majority of people in Congress willing to cut the power out from the Supreme Court. So I support court expansion, obviously, to dilute the impact of these Christian fundamentalist judges. But I also support, and I've supported this for a long time, ethics reform for the Supreme Court. A lot of people don't know this. The Supreme Court is the only court in the nation that operates without ethics rules, without statutory ethics rules. Each individual justice gets to decide for themselves what ethics are, which is how you get situations like Clarence and Ginny Thomas, which is how you get situations.
I just want to correct Ellie. Her name is pronounced Guinea. It's not Ginny. It's Guinea. To be very clear, that's the correct pronunciation.
The conservative justices fundraising for the Federal Society, and certainly how you get this pray together story that's just out now, right? So the way to stop that is with ethics reforms, write down clear statutory rules of what Supreme Court justices are allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. That takes, just like court expansion, that takes an act of Congress. So yes, Biden can do some things under his executive authority, but these are temporary fixes. The long-term reform requires Congress, and a Congress willing to do something about the Supreme Court.
So again, this is why I was saying earlier, Democratic leadership needs to get their shit together. And by that I mean Nancy Pelosi needs to resign yesterday. Chuck Schumer needs to resign yesterday. Joe Biden needs to resign yesterday. And we need a new generation of people that are willing to literally do anything at all. Not only that, but we need at least have a generation of leadership that's willing to pretend that they're going to do anything. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer aren't even pretending that they're going to fight. They're not even pretending that they're going to rein in the Supreme Court. They're not even pretending that they're going to pack the court. They're not even pretending that they're going to hold these justices accountable. So again, this clip is a banger. I also want to recommend this book again for the third time. The Supreme Court has been an enemy of the United States and the people that live here throughout its entire history. If you want to know every aspect of how that court has fucked this country over, read this goddamn book. It's really good. So, but anyway, again, it needs to be understood, Joe Biden is a professional liar. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are professional liars, and they are going to let this fucking Christian fundamentalist theocratic fascist movement basically turn everyone in this country that's not a straight cisgender white man into a second, third, fourth, fifth class citizen. They've said it. Clarence Thomas is literally saying he's coming for gay rights, right? He's coming for the right to a condom. Clarence Thomas wants to ban condoms. And Joe Biden can't do anything. It's insane. It's insane. And I just want to be very clear. It's over. Unless Democratic leadership does literally anything at all to rein in this corrupt court, it's over. America's done. It's gone. America, as you know it right now, and as you've known it for your entire life, is gone. in less than a couple years, unless Democrats do literally anything at all. And chances are, they're not. So, brace for fucking impact. But I don't want to end the show on an angry note. I want to end the show on something a little bit better. So, everybody, the Supreme Court, the motherfuckers that walk around wearing bed sheets that drag on the floor and collect filth, dust, and dirt, they're people too. Now, you might not know this, but yeah, they're people. And those people really wanted to eat food at a restaurant. One of those people, Brett Kavanaugh. Brett Kavanaugh, folks, Brett Kavanaugh.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out, and I never sexually assaulted anyone.
Brett Kavanaugh was unfortunately trying to enjoy a meal and got heckled. Oh no! Justice Brett Kavanaugh had to exit through the rear of Morton's on Wednesday night after D.C. protesters showed up out front. A Morton's rep told me, quote, "Politics should not trample the freedom at play of the right to congregate and eat dinner." Now, first of all, there are two things being juxtaposed here: protesting and eating. One of those things, eating in public, one of those things is in the Constitution, the right to protest, the freedom of peaceful assembly. Can someone point to the amendment that says you have the right to dine out in public? Because if that's in the Constitution, I'd like to ask everyone how the fuck Jim Crow managed to get by for over 100 years. If there is a right to eat at a restaurant in public, tell that to black Americans that were living in this country before 1964. I would love to have that conversation. So, but guess what? There is no right in this country to dine out in public, but there is a right to peacefully assemble and peacefully protest. So, suck my goddamn dick, Brett Kavanaugh, and go fuck yourself. And this is the exact thing that needs to happen to all of these psychopath cocksucker motherfuckers. They should not be allowed to leave their houses without having megaphones, blowing their ears out. This is the country that they want to control. They want to control us? Fuck that shit, and fuck you. The statement from Morton's rep, quote, "Honorable Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh and all of our other patrons at the restaurant were unduly harassed by unruly protesters while eating dinner at our Morton's restaurant." Unruly? Motherfucker, I would say stripping half this population's bodily autonomy away from them is unruly. "Politics, regardless of your side or views, should not trample the freedom at play of the right to congregate and eat dinner." Again, there is no right to congregate and eat dinner. There is no right. That doesn't exist. "There is a time and a place for everything. Disturbing the dinner of all of our customers was an act of selfishness and a void of decency." Oh, really? An act of selfishness? Like thinking your stupid fucking Bible that says nothing about anything at all and was made up by a bunch of stupid fucking kings, like thinking your stupid fucking Bible gives you the right to strip half this population's right to bodily autonomy? Yeah, how about this? Go fuck yourself. And if you're dining at this highbrow restaurant, oh yes, "Hey, Betty, would you like to go to Morton's tonight?" "Oh yes, I would. Let's go to Morton." Go fuck yourself, you stupid rich fucking freaks. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Where were these motherfuckers during Jim Crow America? When black Americans didn't have a fucking right to go to a restaurant or a diner and eat in public without getting beaten. Where were these fucking whiny little babies? Where were these stupid fucking morons? You know where they were, right? They were right outside of those restaurants waiting. Some of them even went in to beat the shit out of black people for having the audacity to go to a public restaurant. That's where they were. So I don't want to fucking hear this fucking garbage from these whiny, uppity, rich, fuckface, Christian, fundamentalist, loser morons. Fuck them all to hell. And I don't even believe in hell, but they do, so they should be scared of it. Anyway, that's my show. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. Anyway, that's it. Once again, I would like to remind everyone it's the weekend. Yeah! So, yeah. That's all I got. I don't know what else to tell you. I had a show. I lined it up. I did the show. And now it's over. You know what I mean? Like, I don't... What? Oh, now it's time to fucking loosen the belt and relax. Max Dog is on the floor somewhere. Yep, he's over there. Hi, Max. Max. Yeah, he's on drugs, so. Bodan, what the hell are you talking about? Friday is the weekend where I come from. Yeah! I swear to God. Y'all motherfuckers. Bodan, I don't stream it Friday at 6 p.m., motherfucker. Come on now, you're ruining everything, Bodan. Q-Cock, are you still detoxing? From alcohol, yes, but last night, well, as you may know, yesterday it was announced that the author and creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, one of my favorite series and franchises in the world, was found dead. And so what I did yesterday was I did mushrooms and a bunch of marijuana products, and I binge-watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 for like 5 hours. And so, you know, that was my day yesterday. So, pretty good, but also rip. Goddamn Shinzo Abe shooting. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, I know he's not great, but I don't know much about him. Some people have filled me in, so, like, I'm pretty confident to say that, like, fuck him. Well, that's interesting. One day we will all be found dead, unfortunately. Actually, I'd rather never be found. I want to, like, die somewhere in, like, the Marianas Trench or something. I don't want to be found dead. I want to disappear. I'm working on the membership. Give me a goddamn break. Max the dog is going to get some more shots. He's getting injected with some medicinal shit. Tomorrow, so I got a fucking weekend. Yeah, Bodan, which one are you talking about? There were like fucking 6. A cool badge? I got you, don't worry. You might not like it, but I will like it, and that's all that matters. And you're gonna have to deal with it. But anyway, that's it. I mean, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And I'm going to edit some of these clippies. So I got a lot of work ahead of me today. And I will see y'all tomorrow at 12 o'clock in approximately 24 hours and 8 minutes. Good motherfucking bye.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices. Who are you worried about? I'll tell you who I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that our workers are seeing a decline in their standard of living. They want to see our industry be rebuilt. That's what they want to see. No more B-2 bombers, no more Star Wars. Let's make the quality products we need. Let's invest in American industry. No, I won't yield.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Could we have done that sooner?
We are doing it.
But should we have done it sooner?
We are doing it.
Here I am, Nancy Pelosi, saying this country needs a strong Republican Party, and we do. I mean, the fossil fuel industry, they weigh in so significantly. I mean, how could it be?
Why attack Sanders? Why? You're getting nervous, man. Just calm down. It's okay. I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
What rules, you sons of bitches?
I went in yesterday and there was a television screen and I said, this is genius.
All of a sudden we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore.